Hello watchers of Justice League, my name is Pell and I'm going to be going into spoilers on my thoughts on the Justice League movie. If you have not seen the film, go check out my spoiler-free review on this channel somewhere. I'll probably link it at the end of this video as well. And if you have seen it, let's dive into spoilers, so just know that you've been warned on that part of things. Now if you did watch my spoiler-free review, you do know that I want to touch on the entrance of a certain big character, and that is Superman. Now we all knew that he was going to come back to some capacity. We know that Henry Cavill, he's coming back, he is in this film, he's going to be in the Shazam films to some degree, and he's going to be having another Man of Steel movie, and I don't think there's another Superman to my knowledge. It's just a matter of how he's going to come back, and my thought was that he was just going to spontaneously arise because the sun's rays regenerate him, apparently, and he's just going to spring out of the ground at the last moment when the team needed him, show up, and save the day, stupidly. And that would have bugged me, and it would have been kind of cheesy and dumb. So I'm actually kind of surprised and happy with how they decided to regenerate him and bring him back to life. Because throughout the course of the film, they touch on the idea that the mother box is this thing which is basically the circle of life, but just 10 million times faster. It can cause massive destruction and death, but at the same time it is producing life on a rapid scale. So we have this Kryptonian, Superman, who is dead, who is somehow not very much decomposed at this point. Maybe Kryptonians don't decompose that fast. And Justice League, they take his casket out of the ground, Flash and Cyborg do, and they bring it to the Kryptonian ship that they break into. You see them put his body in the liquid stuff in the ship, which Luthor created Doomsday from, so that's always going to be a good sign. And then to generate it, we have the Flash just speeding through the ship, creating enough electricity to power the mother box, and boom, Superman is back alive. So I like the idea they used this MacGuffin, per se, to bring back Superman and revive him. This item which they would have not otherwise had. And it's a really cool way to do it, which I was not really expecting them to do at all. Now that said, when Superman comes back to life, he doesn't remember anything, which is fantastic. And I love this because he just goes basically prone. He is just thinking without thinking, and he's just going off of instinct, and I loved it so much. He's just using his base memories. He's remembering, I don't like Batman that much, actually. He sees basically Aquaman, Wonder Woman, the Flash, and Cyborg just kind of show up in front of him as opposition, and he just sees them as threats. They cannot do anything to him at all, and it's just great to see him pummel them. And this is really the first sign that I'm hoping. I'm a very big believer, or hopeful believer, that we will get in the Justice movie to some degree at some point in the next 10 years maybe. And this is a sign that this is possible because basically Superman has Bruce Wayne. He's holding him by his neck or his chin right here, and he's basically about to crush his skull, it looks like. And it's very, very dark. And Bruce Wayne is just like, I'm probably gonna die, probably. And Superman's all like, oh, do you bleed? Just call back to Batman v Superman, and that was great. And then Lois Lane appears, and he instantly starts to remember things because, like, oh, hey, the woman I love, I can't do anything bad then. And then he remembers his good side and blah, blah. But the fact that he needed Lois to be there in order to become a good person again, and to remember that he is a good person, and his memories and everything. I mean, if we have some form of injustice happen where Lois gets killed, and he does not recover that well, or he decides to embrace the bad side of him, we could see that happen. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon because he's probably going to be good for the next while, but I think it'd be interesting if it did happen, and I think this shows that it's possible. So that scene was really neat. And then the final battle as well, I just want to touch on briefly, is that basically when they're fighting Steppenwolf, they can't really do a whole lot because he is so strong against them that he's basically invincible. They can't touch him very much to stop him from destroying the world. And it makes sense because this is 5 people going up against this alien creature who it took the armies of Man, Atlantis, and the Amazons to take down and make him flee Earth. It took just basically the armies of the world coming together, uniting to take him down. And so the idea that 5 people are able to do that single-handedly, most of them being human to some degree, except for Diana, who's like a demigod, it wouldn't have been very realistic if they had kind of had him pinned down and then Superman showed up just to finish him off. So when Superman shows up, it's very much kind of a save the day thing. He's just able to take down Steppenwolf pretty easily and quickly without really any issue. Even has time to go and save all the civilians with the Flash while the fight's still going on, come back and keep pummeling Steppenwolf, and just shows how much of a gap there is in the power level between Superman and everybody else. You kind of do see where Bruce Wayne was coming from in Batman v Superman. He's like, this guy could destroy us all and kill us all if he really wanted to. So yeah, those are the main things I wanted to touch on in the spoiler review. I really enjoyed the movie, like I said in the main review. The two after credit scenes, it was kind of a fun one for the first one because we have the Flash versus Superman and kind of a race to see who's faster. And we saw this in Supergirl season 1 when Flash crossed over there. Kind of got to see that whole thing take place at the very end of that episode. So we never get to see really who wins, I don't think. And then the very last scene when we see Lex Luthor, he has escaped prison, no duh, and he is trying to recruit his own league of villains, or whatever they're going to call it. And he's recruiting Deathstroke, and so this could be a setup for the Batman movie that Matt Reeves is working on. I don't know. We had no idea what that script is going to look like now. If it's going to still include Deathstroke, or if he's going to just be incorporated to some degree in another movie, or in the Justice League 2, or whatever they're going to do after Aquaman and Shazam, I guess. That's where I'll stop. If you want to discuss the Justice League film in comments, please feel free to do so with spoilers and whatnot. Know that I'm not a comic aficionado. I don't read the comics at all. So if there are references which I missed or things of that sort, feel free to point them out, but know that I'm probably not going to know what you're talking about for the most part. In regards to the Justice League stuff, I only have played the first 2 games in the campaign, so that's where I'm getting my information roughly from. So guys, those are my thoughts on the spoiler aspects of Justice League. Again, comment below if you so choose, and as always, people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.